Hi, welcome back to Dial of Twang. I'm Dave. I just had to go, maybe go back around one more time, right? That's what's so fun about this style is that each time you're gathering and you're looking for stuff, you're looking for treasure. You're looking for notes and bends and timing and dynamics that just feel right. Each time you go around, you dig a little deeper into that. That's really what this approach is about. It's so much fun. So we're kind of in a midstream deal here with this one today. It's building on the one from a couple days ago, where we use the same progression, same backing track, and I put up slides for every one of these chord tone pathways. Okay, so we're in A. I'm not going to go through the whole progression and everything because it's all in that video. If you're just joining us for the first time, you know everything on the channel is not where you have to watch it in sequence. This just happens to be, you dropped in at a time when we're doing kind of a two-parter. It's just the one from 2 or 3 days ago. So A major, okay, we're the river of A, okay. Okay, notice I stopped and started in a few different places. Now, with this pathways thing, we're doing specific starting and ending points, and they are the chord tones from the triad and the major seventh. Don't run away if that's, it's okay. But here's what that's like, just real quick, just to kind of warm up. So, root to root. Third to third. Notice I'm doing this all over the progression. Fifth to fifth. Seventh to seventh. So some good news right there. You can't really play a bad note. It's all in the key, right? It's set up to be successful in that way. And the thing, and that can get a little repetitious. You're playing just those same notes. That's okay. What we want to do though is kind of up level this thing with some style elements, some bending, some chromatic notes here and there, and some other styles, some other things that you're already doing. Some blues licks and some pentatonic stuff. Just put it all in there and make a stew out of it. Gets a lot more interesting. So, but the rote part, the workout part of this is following those diagrams and stuff from that last video and really getting used to playing those pathways. And they naturally cause us to stop and start and hang out on good notes, chord tones. Root, not just the root, but the third, the fifth, and the sevenths also. This is a lot. So today I'm gonna stay in kind of a couple of positions. I'm not gonna try to cram all this into a 15-minute deal here. But I want to give you, so I'm not going to, make examples all over the neck. But I do want to, let's take this position here. So the fifth to fifth. Take that on down to the, our A major scale in this position, and we sort that out. Or more exactly. We just stop and start on A. Had to do that a couple times. And if you're thinking caged, that's your C shape, right? For that arpeggio right there. Great. So you want to, all the stuff that you've been working on, the little pieces of the puzzle you've been picking up here and there, this is where we consolidate them and really, you do your own thing. This is where your style is coined. This is where it comes from. You take those things that about intellectually, and you put them together and stir them around with your own creative juices, and you see what happens. So for me, I'm combining a lot of major pentatonic for A with a lot of that diatonic A major stuff. Right? Now get this one going. This little position right here, it's going to work on every chord in this progression, and you could really do a nice solo just kind of using. So I'm adding. So that's just a portion of A major pentatonic, right? Okay. And so let's look at it that way. Okay, so we want to do some. Think of the arpeggio right there. That's just for the A. So you could fish out some triads and stuff for these other chords too. I'm not going to go through all of that piecemeal right now, but real quick, D, A, F sharp minor, almost the same thing as the A, right? It's the relative minor for that A major. So you can really just do A licks over that F sharp minor as well, A triad, and E. Now, one thing that I think is worth taking a moment to point out is that E is the 5 chord in A. Okay, and it's dominant, which means it's got that flat 7. I'm not playing a bluesy chord like that in the progression, but if you do the work on the key study, it's that flat, it's that D that's going to go with that. And up here, okay, so that's in that A major continuum, but you can really lean on that when you're on that E that's holding at the end of the progression, and that's a real blues, that's a flat 7. Okay, here's what I mean by that. This is worth, picking out and really looking at this. Now it's the E. But all that A major pentatonic works through this whole thing, right? Okay, so now, kind of, connecting this, that kind of basic A in that open position, kind of major pentatonic stuff. Okay, with getting up to this position. It's a lot of the same stuff. Okay, but So there's a couple ways we can do that. We can just move it down there, just do some stuff up here, with that major pentatonic and some of the diatonic, then move it down here. Way to do it that method, the best thing you can do to prepare yourself for that is to just make sure that you have the root to root pathway down here. Just be able to play that major scale down in that position, and then up here as well. Okay, and here's where I'm gonna we're gonna stick our necks out a little bit here or whatever for a second. You could also do that really if you really want to get it climbing. You don't have to do it all at once in sequence, but you could move from that root to root to the third to third to the fifth to fifth. And that's kind of putting it all together, right? So let me show you what I mean by that. And I'll try to kind of simplify it. I won't play a lot of notes. Okay, let's try another one. Now, it works all over the progression. Okay, and one other little idea here that I wasn't planning on sharing, but I was kind of, you saw I was kind of stumbling around there. My ear, what I wanted to do was when it got to that E, I wanted to hit a real, just a kind of an E major pentatonic type of, right, sound. And then back to that A. That E, that 5 chord is so, prominent. You can kind of move over and do some E stuff, for those couple of measures. Don't want to confuse you. But does that make sense about connecting that position to And at first it might seem like, that's way down here and that's way up here. You start closing the gap on that. You just need a few moves to kind of get back and forth between that sort of stuff, right? Work that stuff out. I could show you, one lick that would get you there, but it's not, one lick doesn't get you that far. The discovery that you invest in yourself of doing that over and over in different paths of climbing and descending and stuff, that's what's going to stick with you. That's what's going to be stored in your body. And it's going to make you a stronger player, improviser. So here's what we kind of covered. But I want to talk about dynamics just for a second at the end. But melodically speaking, we've got the pathways. Okay, and then we really pointed out and emphasized that we can use this A major pentatonic stuff. That's the same notes as I like it up here. I like that little move. You just get so much out of that without even moving out of that position, right? So that's kind of the melodic ideas. And then just, doing some stuff, alternating some major scale stuff with some pentatonic stuff, sort of like. slipping out of view there for a second. Sorry. So, um, that's the ideas there, right? And then some of the triads that you can locate in those positions as well, especially right here. That A, uh, C caged shape for A. Then dynamic wise, just remind yourself, this is where you really get to do your own thing, but just be mindful of it, be deliberate, like, oh, do some slow stuff. Try to experiment with extreme differences in volume at first, even if it seems kind of ridiculous. Because it's easy to get caught up and just kind of play everything evenly and it just with the same intensity. That loses its musical value very quickly. Even though you're playing great notes, it just starts to sound, myopic, right? So really exaggerate that. It's just fun, when you really want to emphasize something, you can because you're not already blasting, every note that you're playing, right? So that's kind of more of you know, an idea, not something that I necessarily need to demonstrate that much. The big part of where a lot of you are that I'm talking to frequently in the comments and just on email and stuff, and people that have given me a lot of feedback and shown me videos of them playing over the backing tracks and stuff like that. Uh, a lot of you are really closing in on it, right? Um, and when you play a lot and you practice a lot and you take in a lot of information, sometimes some of these real simple ideas escape us, right? Just the dynamics, right? The slowing down, the really letting your body feel it and stuff like that. So, we try to, not cram every idea into every video, but some of those things I really try to, consistently remind everybody of because that's what makes your playing sound unique. It makes you sound like you, and not just all the licks that you and I both like to run down on YouTube. I love it, man. It's just brilliant how much talent there is on this venue. It's just crazy. So I'm just glad to be a part of it, and hopefully some of what I'm doing and talking about fits in with where you are with your playing. All right, talk to you next time.